Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It was a red market today. Even crypto started to pull back, but we'll go through everything and see what's going to be happening for tomorrow, of course. So let's jump into it. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence, of course, always in this market, especially. Holy cow. UPXI, that thing ran like 300. It was like up like 700% today. It was wild right there. Hello, Janica. How are you? Everybody hopping on. I'll take my time so people can jump on and see what we're up to tonight because it's an interesting market. That's for sure. It's a red one. No doubt about that. And we'll see what's going to happen for tomorrow. It looks like Asian stocks drop after U.S. sell off and the dollar is steady. Futures rise after stocks tank on Trump's latest jab at the Fed. Remember who had told you before who would be pressuring Powell and doing exactly this. And we've talked about this before. So there you go. You can see that rolling out. And Tesla to report earnings with brand sales trouble and focus. When was it? Isn't there earnings tomorrow or today? I forget. What the fire Powell trade could look like as Trump attacks Fed chair again. And Wall Street ends sharply lower following Trump's anti-Powell tirade. So yeah, Trump all over Powell, and guess who was saying that was going to be happening here? So we do call everything, even the events that take place and unfold. We cover it all. So we will go through the market, see what's going on, see what we're looking at for tomorrow to be popping, what's going to be shorting, and everything in between. So here we go, guys. Let's rock and roll right through our list and see what we're looking at. LGMK, our good old logic mark. It was dancing around today. And look what happened. Last time it dipped down like this, it ran right back up. I mean, it wasn't crazy. It didn't dip as hard, but it did do that little dip. So that's why I had posted maybe that's that little dip and rip. That's what I was looking at today. And it's still just sitting right there. I don't see a reverse split or anything in its future. Our 20's up here, but they've been popping off from down here. So let's see what tomorrow brings in store for LGMK. And it's still just hovering around a penny right here. And you know when it runs, it's going to run. It's just, ran up a little bit, came back down, making that base, has that little dip and rip look. And we'll see what tomorrow has for LGMK. And DMN right here, this one was also jumping around all over the place today. And I think it was went up a little. I don't know how it closed. We'll have to look right here and see. Let's see, it was at like 0.004, and then it closed right around there. So it opened and closed right at the same price, jumped up and down a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what it wants to do tomorrow morning. And SUNE was a reverse splitter. That was today. It reverse split. It was down a little bit, pulled back, and we'll watch this. Holo did the same thing, pulled back today on the reverse split, and then just kind of went nutty right there in the after hours. We'll just jump right to it. I know it's on the list, but here's Holo. And like I said, pulled back after the reverse split. I don't see it on here. It'll probably say it over here. And reverse split, pulled back, and then in the after hours went way up. So it opened at 15. It got up to 18. It was all the way down at 11, guys, and it closed in the 17. So it jumped up at the end and is not looking bad. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Look at it. It could bounce back off that MACD and get set back up. So obviously, if you bought it this morning and it dipped down and you were like, oh, shit, it pulled right back up for you in the after hours, you're in good shape. We'll see how it looks tomorrow morning. Obviously, keep an eye on Holo early in the morning right there, but that's another one. Reverse split and cruising. How about BDRX? That did pull back quite a bit today, and we'll have to see if that's a little dip and rip. It was trying to set up, and this thing still doesn't even look that bad, but we'll keep an eye on it so you can see it jump through to 20. And it's not terrible. It is under here, though, way down. So we'll see if it has to pull back to roll off and get set back up. It was trying to run, never got the momentum fully. And we'll keep an eye on that one, and I'll look at it tomorrow, see what it wants to do. And HIT also pulled back a hair. And that was on the laptop travel lowdown list, but I had already had it on here. And it's not looking bad right here, guys. So look at it trying to hook that thing back up. and we had looked at this a couple weeks ago, probably about a week or two ago, and yeah, it's not looking bad. So keep an eye on this HIT tomorrow. That could be a little opportunity for a little hit right there. And let's look at that APDN, because that one's not bad either down here, I must say, in the 81 cent area. It is not looking bad way down here. Look at that. It looks like it bottomed out. And let's see what it's doing, APDN. It opened at 82. It closed at 81, just below. And again, it ran up to 88, down to 72. And that was that nice dip down there. And it could be that dip and rip bottom look that we like to find. So we are keeping an eye on that APDN as well. And that clue, I think that was up a little. Yeah, it was up today, if I remembered correctly. And look, that looked like the bottom. So look for clue to try to run up a little bit, and we'll see if it has some legs to get moving into this channel. It hasn't been able to, but if it can and get over this 50, I mean, it's got a ton of room, and we've looked at it before, and you can see, I mean, if it gets over that 50, it could really get popping. And some of these China ones, they do it every once in a while. So we'll keep an eye on this clue. NLICN right here was pulled back. It didn't look bad last week, and then it pulled back today. It doesn't look terrible, just a little bit of flatness, and then a little bit of healthy pullback look on LICN. It's another one of these China ones. And there you go. 352 was its high. It did pull back, but closed at 346. So not terrible there for LICN. And we'll keep our eye on that. Clue probably looks a little bit better. So we'll definitely keep an eye on Clue tomorrow. And this UOKA, this thing's been running around a lot. It was down a little bit, dipping back. And I think we might see it have to bounce off that bottom and be a great opportunity, though, because we know this thing loves to run around all kinds. So let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Just see the, oh, wait, you know what? Did I not pop it over? You're right, Barbara. Holy cow. Thank you. I never pushed it over like that. I'm so sorry. My bad, guys. I was just talking, not even showing you guys the charts. My bad. I'll run through them real quick again. I'm sorry. Thank you, Barbara, so much. I forgot to flip it over to the other thing. I was so excited just to hop right into it that I just kept on cruising right here. So thank you, Barbara, for the heads up right there. And I appreciate that. So here, let me run through them. I'll just show you what we were looking at real quick. LGMK. I told you what we were looking at, but now you guys can see it. And again, there was that little dip that I was talking about today, and you guys couldn't see it. I was acting like you could. And so, yeah, that was that dip right there that I was talking about. Could be that little bottom look. DMN, a little bit of run around today. And again, opened and closed around the same price. And we'll see what that wants to do tomorrow. So that's not looking bad right there. And SUNE did the old reverse split right here, had pulled back, but not looking bad for tomorrow. So we are keeping an eye on that because it did reverse split. And that's what, oh, let me get there. SUNE. And you can see that reverse split, and they have been running up. And I did show you Holo after that one because we were talking about it. And again, it popped up in the after hours. I know it's on the list somewhere, so I just don't even see it. But that's what Holo looked like right there. And again, look at that little dip down on the reverse split. We'll see if it can get through that MACD tomorrow and see. If not, it'll get really set up. So that's what we were looking at on that one. And then BDRX, this had just pulled back, nothing crazy. I'll check it out tomorrow. HIT wasn't looking bad right here on the 20 and curling up, so trying to anyway. So that's not looking bad. And then we had our APDN. That one looks pretty good down here as well. Look at that bottom right there. That looks like that would be the bottom. Maybe it stays down there just a hair and tomorrow and tries to bottom out and make a base to try to curl back up. So that's at APDN. And Clue was looking pretty good. That's not Clue. That's Clue right there. And this one was up today, and it's trying to curl up. And I was saying it has a ton of room. Look, if it gets over that right there, it could just run for like ever. It basically, I mean, it isn't getting up to 264, but it could. That's how much room it has. Let's put it that way. So that's what we were looking at. And LICN, again, just kind of flat. It was pulled back a little bit, but Clue was looking better. Nothing crazy. UOKA This one was pulling back. We were looking for that bottom, and that's where I think Barbara told me that I needed to switch the screens over. So thank you very much, Barbara, because I wasn't even paying attention. I was just cruising through. So greatly appreciate that. And here we go. Now we'll get back right to it and get flying through. So we did a few of them twice. So if you just tuned in, there you go. You got to see a little recap. And let's go right back to HEPA here. We didn't do that one yet. And let's look at it. And everybody can see the screen now. And thank you again, Barbara. I can't thank you. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just cruising through these things, not even looking at the other monitor. HEPA right here, big pullback today. I did see that, and we'll have to look at it. We've just been watching this thing, and it hasn't really been performing that well. I did reverse split back here, and it ran like one day. It tried to push the 20, and now it just is pulling back. Maybe we'll get it to roll off this MACD on a pullback, and we'll look at it. So we'll see how far it wants to pull back there, and I'll check it out tomorrow. OCGN right here. Look at this, guys. Could you, I mean, look at this thing. Did we not say exactly what was going to happen months ago? Like literally months ago. You're talking 3+ months ago, exactly what it was going to do. And here we go. I'm telling you, we nailed this thing as perfectly as you could call a stock out for 3 months. And bam, we even nailed the bottoms right there. And then the chart just completely changed around. But it looked like it was going to do that from 3 months ago. So when we say we see things for about 3 months out, we usually do. This market's a little choppy, but this one wasn't as an easy one. You could just see they had something going on, and just that type of setup right there, you could see it was going to get changed around, and it did. So just there you go. I mean, it's a great play right there, and it looks like it's setting up to try to run. So they definitely have something going on. I have no idea what. And but anyway, you can check them out and see what they do. But yeah, we nailed that thing pretty well, I would say. Icon right here did pull back a little bit, didn't do a whole lot. It was more flat than anything. Let's see, 192 to 220, and that it, yeah, there you go. It did round up at the end of the day then, because I seen it and it was just kind of hovering around, not really doing a whole lot, but it actually looks really good right now. So there you go. It looks much better. So you can even see right here, it closed at 208, and that doesn't have the after hours. And obviously here it's at 220, so it had run up a little bit. And like I said, it was just kind of hovering around, but that does look pretty good for tomorrow. So you might want to keep your eye on that icon still. And AGMH, this one was way down there and just kind of flat today. It had that big pullback the other day, and choppy to say the least. You're not kidding, right? It was a choppy market to say the least. It was absolutely insane today, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. And like I had said before, I was expecting to see that Easter morning tweet, because if not, you were going to see this, and we knew exactly what it was going to look like if we didn't see some positive news come out. And there was nothing. And I'm telling you, it's in a bearish trend right now. So they're going to have to really try to keep this bad boy up and try to do something. I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, it's not going to be easy now. And I think he dug himself into a little bit of a hole here, and he's going to have to get himself out of it, obviously. And we'll have to still have faith in him and play the market accordingly, obviously. But yeah, I thought we were going to see something to make that market jump up today. And when you didn't see that, you knew it was going to be down, especially. So ALLR, this one was up today, and we had like this last week, and look at it running up there looking good. And if that 20 curls up and hits that 50 like it's trying to, it'll really pop it up there. So we did like that last week, and it's looking pretty good right there. And FMTO, another one reverse splitting. And so just keep an eye on this. Way down here for the reverse split. I think it does tomorrow. It'll probably tell us right here. If it does, yeah, here we go on the 22nd. So tomorrow, reverse split. Keep your eye on that FMTO right there. That's why it's marked reverse split for you guys. So you keep an eye on that. And TOPW, that Top Win International, just a little bit of pullback here. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it might just have to bounce around down here. We'll look at it. It does jump around quite a bit, I must say. 255 to 277 down to 242. So a bunch of jumping around right there. We'll keep an eye on it. And this UAMY finally pulled back. It looks like it did top out and came out of the basement, out of the top right there. So you'll probably have some pullback down towards the 20 area to get set back up and roll off. So that's what you're looking at with your UAMY, but that one ran up really well for us as well. And AREC, the same situation, just kind of pulling back. It's still in the top, guys. I wouldn't count this bad boy out because this one could easily curl right back up tomorrow and get cruising. Look at it. It's staying in the top. That 20's crossed over, and it doesn't even look bad. And we'll just look at these coking coal ones because there's only a few of them. These ones ran up early this morning. AMR, that was up and then pulled back there. That one we looked at. HCC, another one, ran way up in the morning, pulled back. They're not looking terrible. This one, METC, ran up in the morning, pulled back right there. And SXC kind of just stayed flat right there, and it looks like it's only down a little bit. So they're not terrible. They did run up this morning, pull back. I'll look at them again tomorrow. We'll see if they do want to bounce back up with that AREC. But yeah, they did run up this morning. They were just really fast and early with this market, but they looked like they wanted to run, so they absolutely did. And some of them ran like $1 or $2. They were cruising there. So here we go at USAR. The USA Rare Earths right here was pulling back, and I think you're going to have to get this back into the channel to set up. So we'll keep an eye on that to set back up right here. It's hitting the 50. You may have it back in the channel to roll back off. So we will watch that one right there. And this Wang and Lee was just kind of hanging out today. It looks like it's getting to be in a great spot, guys. So we might want to keep an eye on good old Wang and Lee right here, WLGS. And you can see we love when they get that look and it's pulling back like that. 20's coming straight down. And I think we're going to have to keep an eye on Wang and Lee right there. So good old WLGS, Wang and Lee, keep it on your watch list. It is getting set up in a good spot right there. And this TGL did already run pretty much last week. It got cruising up there like over 100%. It's pulling back today. We'll have to look at it tomorrow, see if it wants to reverse around. But I'm not saying it's going to. Maybe it'll pull back a little more and have to roll off that MACD. But it did run up pretty nice last week for TGL, Treasure Global. And this Kids is not looking bad, KIDZ, and it was pulling back some more today. It didn't look bad this morning, and then you had that pullback, but look at it. It's trying to go flat, and it has a few more days, and you'll have that next little pop up here. So we have to keep an eye on KIDZ because you can see it's going to start to curl up, and then it's going to run around. It will run up and possibly, and not even possibly, probably close lower than what it did the day before, but they will spike up. They do it all the time as they're curling up like this. So we'll keep an eye on it, and you can play the momentum. And as they get really close to the line, about 2 days out, 3 days out, that's when they really run. So we'll track this down, KIDZ, and we can try to hit this bad boy. And in markets like this, nice opportunities like these ones that are presented to us, we have to just kind of track them down, take a look at them, see when they exactly want to go. You have to be patient with everything right now. It is a wild market, so you don't want to jump into things when they're still trying to curl up and they're watching them pull back on you. It's not a fun thing to do, so we do try to time them out really well. And I'm not going to say we're perfect, but we're pretty good at it. And you're not going to do it with all of them, but there's some like this, these fish hooks that you can just tell. We can know the patterns, and we know the patterns of most of the things now. We always catch on to them, and that's what saves us. Been saving us for months right now, I would say. Just knowing which way it was going to run almost every single time the market wants to move drastically. And how about this HKPD might be another one to look at. Remember this Hong Kong one? And we were looking at it before. Laptop Travel gave us some info about it, and we'll see if it wants to roll off, guys. It'll run right back up into this 20 right here. Won't be a bad run, but if it can get back in that channel and get it crawled up, it could be cruising. So we will keep an eye on that one. I do like that look on that new one right there on HKPD. And CISO we looked at the other day, and it ran up, what was that, Thursday? And today just kind of hovered, but it just looks like a little healthy pullback. Nothing terrible right here. So you can keep an eye on the CISO. You can see just a little healthy pullback, and it could continue to run up possibly tomorrow. So we can watch that one as well. I'll put a little dot next to that. It's not looking bad. And Newsmax just kind of pulling back right here, wasn't doing anything really crazy, and we've been looking at it. Looked like it tried the bottom down here, and now it's retesting it. So we'll have to see if it continues to pull back and has a new low right there. It's a fairly new one, so it doesn't give you a whole lot of data to go off of, and you guys know I love that. And this metals company took a nice dip today. I was looking at that, and obviously they hit that top right there, that resistance. They're coming down, but it looked like it was trying to make a base, and we'll see. Maybe it tries to curl back up tomorrow, or at least try to turn, but I'm not so sure. It might have to come back to this 20 or maybe even into that channel, as you can see it coming down right there. So that is TMC and SHPH right here. Let's take a look at this one, because this one was running pretty good this morning. And this was on the list for last week as well. SHPH, the Shuttle Pharmaceuticals, 24 to 26. And then it went down to 23. It's at like right under 25. And again, not bad at all. And it was running up. So keep an eye on this Shuttle Pharmaceuticals, because it could be getting set back up again. And we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. I know it was running around this morning. I thought it went up even higher than that, but it was moving somewhere this morning, I remember. And that is your Shuttle Pharmaceuticals, SHPH. And let's take a look. We did do HOLO right here. And again, it reverse split. So we'll look at it, and then the price action. Oh, Laptop Travel. Look at that timing. And there's your HOLO 15-minute chart. I just reposted it. And so yeah, we already did that. And again, reverse split today. We're looking at it to see if it does want to bounce. It obviously ran up in them after hours. So look at it in the morning and make sure it wants to continue that momentum right there. So that is your HOLO. And we did that one. And how about FFAI? Faraday Future Intelligent Electric, just pulling back. It ran up the other day after Nader was talking about it, and he said it always has a good May. So we're keeping an eye on it just to see, and if it wants to be very bullish in May. But it is pulling back really well. I like it pulling back. It did run, like I said, ran up the other day right away, and but not crossing through that MACD. But yeah, we'll get a couple pop offs, and then yeah, very well could get cruising in May for whatever crazy reason. And he was saying the other day when we did that Trend Spider show, and this thing he did he ran the scanner, and it just loves the month of May. So for whatever reason, we're gonna watch it. And I know I ran this thing up huge before, and this TMDE was a new IPO today. It's an oil and gas refining one. It was up a little bit. It ran up pretty well right there. I had to look at it because someone asked me to check it out, and it was a new IPO. So I just took a quick glance at it. Obviously, you can't tell a whole lot from it, but yeah, you can just see it ran up, and we'll look at it tomorrow. 339 to 469, and it closed at 390. So it does not look terrible to try to continue its way up tomorrow. As you can see, it ran up a little bit right there, and it is at 390. So we'll look at it tomorrow, TMDE, and that's the best you can do with one candle and zero data right there. And also that hot pot right here, hot pot. I just said HPOT, HPOT. That's a new IPO coming up tomorrow. It's obviously not popping up here. And but we'll see. Let me see if it comes up on here. And Laptop Travel was talking about it. It is not popping up yet. But we'll look at that one for the morning, because that's supposed to start up. I'm not sure. Barbara was asking too if it's a specific time or when the market opens. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll try to figure that out. I'm sure Laptop Travel will respond to that one. So there you go. That'll be tomorrow morning, HPOT. So you're going to want to keep an eye on HPOT for a new IPO over there. And let's take a look at LGHL. We just looked at that TMDE, and LGHL, the lion right here, is looking pretty good. Look at it, trying to move up, look like it bottomed out and curling up right there. So you can take a look at that lion to try to move tomorrow. It was trying to here, but you can tell a little bit of pullback maybe in the 312. It got up to 356, down to 267. This thing, what am I looking at? Are they the same thing? Holy cow, they just look like completely different things right here. Maybe it pull. I'd have to look. I didn't see it really pull back in the after hours. This is saying it did. This is saying it didn't. I'm not the heck. I don't know what the heck happened here, so I'm not sure. But it was looking good earlier. I know it was running around. I'll have to look at it. Let me see on here. See if I can find the price real quick. Hold on, because I'm curious now. Because I was looking at it today. Oh, GHL. Hold on. Let me see this thing. Where'd it go? Hold on. Where the heck is the line? LGHL. There we go. And this says it's at down 33 cents at 290. So which one said 290? I don't know. That one did not. And this one says 267. So I guess we're somewhere in between. How about that? That's crazy. But yeah, I guess it pulled back some in the after hours. It says on here 33 cents. It went down 10%. So I didn't see that, but I'll look at the lion tomorrow. It was looking good earlier, I must say that. So after hours, yeah, right at the close it dropped. Thank you very much, Barbara. Yeah, I did not see that. So the lion did pull back. We'll look at it in the morning and check it out because it was looking really good today. So that's why I was kind of surprised when I looked at it. I went, wait, what's going on here? Because it looked like it was getting ready to cruise. So we'll definitely take a look at the lion tomorrow morning. And you know what we haven't looked at? What is the cheetah? Is that this one? Yeah, CTNT. Look at that thing looking pretty good, guys. Might have to add that back on the list real quick. The cheetah right here, CTNT. Let's see. Hitting a 20 right there. A little bit of pullback. It says it looks like it might have come down in the after hours as well. And this one was up at 140. How about that? All the animals pulling back in the after hours. How about JAGX? Did that pull back too? And that one's actually not looking bad either. Let's see what it looks like in the after hours. That'd be funny if they all look the same. JAGX not looking bad, guys. Might want to keep an eye on that one. And there you go. And the cheetah looks the exact same as the lion. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, JAGX not looking bad. And the other one we looked at was Red Cat. And that one's pulling back right there. And that one is dipping down. It appears. Oh, what did I just do? And here we go. Let me make sure. Yep. Red Cat. Yeah, that's pulling back down today. And it looks like it's going to continue down there to the bottom. So that is your big cats right there, and starting with, like I said, the lion, and it was moving today and obviously pulled back at the close of the day and in the after hours. So we'll have to keep an eye on the lion. And let's look at ZCAR right here, ZCAR. Good old Zoom car, and this was running last week. It looks like it was just some healthy pullback, and it's what did I do? Holy cow, did I X out of that? Let me just pop up this thing real quick, because if not, I'll do the same thing I did the other week. And here we go. All right, there we go. I must have X'd out. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Hold on, guys. I must have went into a different thing. It's right here. See? There we go. Let me go into this one and then open up the fin. I did this the other day. I learned my lesson. Here we go. All right, you got to make sure it's the right screen. Anyway, here we go. I forget which one I'm on. Let me figure it out. It was a ZCAR, I think, ZCAR. Now we can look at them, right? And this one, yeah, just kind of ran up the other day. And let me pull that up right there. And here we go, ZCAR right here. And this one does not look bad right there, especially in the after hours, 345. Yeah, it closed basically right at its high right there. Yeah, it did go up. So I would say ZCAR right there could be zooming tomorrow. Keep an eye on that. And CTMX right here. Whoops, CTM. How about we do that? That's not looking bad. It does look like it's going to get through right here. Could definitely be a good one to look at in like a week or two. It looks like it might pull back. We'd have to look at it. It could even bounce off there. It's riding that line down. See how far it wants to ride down. But that was just mistake because I was going to CTMX right here, and this one is running up. I took a quick peek at it, and look at this bad boy. It was running up pretty well today, and 65 to 76. It's at 63, and it looks like it wants to try to keep some momentum. So keep an eye on that one for the morning as a momentum play for CTMX right there. And let's take a look and see what Craig is up to, and that's CREG. Smart Power Corp, and that's a China one, and this one's moving up right there, CREG. So here we go. That's not looking bad, hitting the 20. It looks like it could pull back, though. I don't know if it exactly wants to get in the channel. It was pushing to try to. Could pull back just a little bit. This thing shows it in there, but I don't think it is because it said it's down 3 cents, and that would put it right there. So, yeah, I'd have to look at that tomorrow, but it looks like it could pull back a little bit and then try to get reset up. And obviously look at all these days that it just ran up. Like one, that was a flap, a 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, 6 days right there practically it was moving. So we'll keep an eye on Craig because like I said, it could pull back and set back up the run. AZI, wow, look at that one. Looks really good right there. That was cruising around today, huh? That looks pretty nice, 83 to $1, and it closed at $1. I would say that probably is going to be a then one of these China auto dealerships, and that looks pretty good right there. AZI, I would keep an eye on that one right there. AZI. And what was we used to do another China car dealership. What the heck was it? I can't even think of it. Maybe it'll come to me. I don't know. MIST, though. This is a Canadian biotech company in the Mist. Remember we were talking about this wanting to run up into the Mist right here. We were looking at this last week. We were early on this bad boy, and we were probably looking at it right about here. And there you go. It popped up today, 87 to 106. It closed at 104, hitting the 20. It could get into that channel. A lot of them aren't making it in there immediately, but this one has some pretty good momentum. So watch for MIST to keep that momentum. And again, that one we were early on from last week. So there you go. ATCH, Atlas Clear Holdings. This one trying to get in a good spot. It tried to run up there, hit the 20. You're coming back down to the bottom on ATCH. And I know we looked at this the other day because I had it written down. And it was just kind of pulling back. It might have to roll back off the MACD and get set back up. So we'll look at that ATCH and see what it wants to do there. And NEUP right here. NEUP. That one's trying to get set up, isn't? Yeah, it is. Look at this thing. That one might actually crawl right through right there. Let's see what it did in the after hours. Yeah, that one's looking pretty good. I would keep an eye on this. Neophoria Therapeutics or something. Even though that 20 is coming down on it, we'll have to look. I mean, obviously, keep your eye on it. Make sure it crosses through. You can see where it's setting up right there, and make sure it stays right off of there and can bounce. But you can see the 20 coming down, but it's on the 50. It likes to bounce off of it sometimes. Keep an eye on that one. NEUP. I would say it's just that one of them looks where you have to look at it tomorrow morning and really get a good idea. So I'll take a look at it for you and see what it looks like in the morning too. And UPC right here. Let's see. That one was running up, crawling up, and not looking bad. UPC. Yeah, look at that thing, 335 to 547. It closed at 387 and in that channel and not looking bad. So there you go, Neo. That was it. Thank you, Laptop Travel. Always on point right there. That was the other China car dealership I was thinking of, and it just was not coming to me. But that was it. NIO right there. And that one looks really good. Holy shit. What are the other ones? Because let's go through these. What's China doing right now besides selling some vehicles? Look at that thing looking really good. NEIO. Or what did I just say? Did I just say NEIO? Holy cow. NIO. What am I even talking about? But also LI. Oh my goodness. Told you I can't read. I can read a stock chart, not anything else. LI right here. That one looks good too. Look at that crawled through. I think the China car dealerships might be looking good. I mean, it's a little flat today, but not looking bad. It got flat at the end of the day. That thing was looking pretty well. And we'll look at NIU right here. and see what that's doing. That one was pulling back and kind of in a good spot, actually, pulling back there. Doesn't look as good as the other ones do, but I would definitely be looking at that NEO. That one does look pretty good right there. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one for sure and see what's going on. And does that say 88 for Bitcoin? I can't even tell. The stock cube just went by. I couldn't really tell what it said, but Luis Rodriguez just posted that Bitcoin's back to 88. It was bouncing around. Yeah, it's got to be 88 right there. And yeah, Neo, I'm telling you, this thing looks pretty good right here. So keep an eye on that as well. And yeah, that was the other China car dealership one that I was thinking of. And we were looking at that UPC, and that one had run up, and it does not look bad right there. And SVRE right here, that Saver one. We used to look at this one for a while. It used to run up there, obviously, but it's way down here. So that's a pretty good beaten down one. And it's trying to crawl through. I'm not so sure it's going to make it through yet. SVRE. Let's see. It's trying, guys, but I'm not so sure. That 20 is coming down, and it might hold it back. So we'll look at it tomorrow, but I'm not convinced that one's ready to roll yet. And let's see what else is going on, and let me know what you guys want to see on this beautiful red day today in UPXI. How do you find sympathy plays? Honestly, I don't even look for sympathy plays ever. I just look for the charts and whatever grabs my attention, and I like to have a setup. I really don't look for a type of sympathy plays like that. If something runs up, I don't say, "Oh, this one might run off of it." I'm not really in. I sometimes you'll see the chart set up like how that AREC did, and in that whole sector, and there's only 5 of them in the whole sector, so the other 4 were set up and obviously ran up this morning, pulled back. I wouldn't necessarily call them sympathy plays. I just think that ran up there. But yeah, it's all chart setup, and you see these things pop up, and then the next one pops up. Remember, we saw MLGO yesterday on the scanner last night, or this morning was it? It was, yeah, I didn't do a show last night. It was Easter. This morning we saw this thing on the scanner. It was moving around, MLGO, and it ran up. It bottomed out right there and popped up today. It was way up. I saw it. So yeah, you just see them on the scanner, and that's all. And that's all that you really look for, honestly. You just look for the chart setups. You think bigger moves are more likely the day after a 10 times mover than a day the biggest gainer was only up? Nah, I honestly, especially in this market right now, you're lucky that you get them to run big twice. Like just for example, look at Saver One right here. When it ran up that day, you got lucky. If they run up, that's 4 a.m. and coming down. So you almost have to lock in your profits unless you're going to gamble it the next morning and you're trading them on Webull or whatever. So on that 4 a.m. trading besides Webull. But yeah, if not, then you're taking a huge gamble because this thing could spike up to that 680. Yeah, it got up to 725, but it came back down real quick, I bet, and its low is 154. And you can see it'll happen real fast on you too. So you just got to be careful when they spike up like this. You just have to lock in these profits and not necessarily worry about the bottoms and tops so much. We watch for the bottoms to make sure that they're going to reverse back up, but you don't necessarily have to catch that exact bottom. You just got to catch it on the way up and then sell it. And again, saying it is way easier than actually doing it. I know that, believe me. But that's what you have to do with these things. So I'm just telling you, if you're going to be trading them, that's how you have to trade them. And again, a lot of times at 4 a.m., these things are cruising, guys. It's an entirely different market than it always was or once was. And yeah, you just got to know what you're looking at. And these type of things are going to be moving at 4 a.m. So if they do pop up, you got to be prepared at 4 a.m. on Webull. And if that's not the platform you're using, you might want to rethink running them up the next day, or gamble on that more or less, because you just took a huge run up, and then look at it, it came way down. And if you had bought in it here or the day before, look where it spiked at. It came all the way down, and then you're back under your buy-in price down here, and you're trying to get through, and this might not necessarily go through, and then you're coming down another level. So we see it all the time. And so there you go, NASCAR all out. I hope that helps you out some. But yeah, that's the market you're looking at, and you're rarely getting these multi-dayers. And like I said, if you do it early in the morning the next day, and that's why I always say early morning crew, watch for that momentum, and they know exactly what they're looking for. Laptop Travel does it every single day. He nails them, and he's trading at 4 a.m. So it works out for him. It doesn't work out for everybody. And again, he's been trading for a long time, guys. He's been trading when I was probably like a little kid. Yeah, I know he was. And he's been doing it for an extremely long time. And you got to be really disciplined. If you listen to the small cap show, and if you didn't listen to it after this show today, you can go back and listen to it. I retweeted it out after we were on there talking, and you'll hear 4 or 5 other great guys that really know the market well. It was just saying the exact same things. We were all on the same page, and it's a tough market. I mean, it's a really difficult market to be able to really trade in. Your best bet is to have as much cash on hand when these things really bottom out, and then play these quick swing ones, but you're not going real heavy, real crazy. And that's what you're looking at. And yeah, like things like Logic Mark here that we've been looking at, and it just hasn't moved, but it hasn't really dipped down, and they haven't had a reverse split yet, so we're not in danger of that just yet. So we still have a little bit of time, and look at it. It's trying to crawl up. If it can just get moving, it'll be great. But again, you're not putting tons of money into these things, because they could just go totally nowhere and go down extremely fast. So again, just it's all about trading smart, and really that mindset of knowing exactly your plan, your exit plan, and sticking to it. Because as they start running and your emotions get into it, it is hard to pull the trigger and sell. And the next thing you know, they're going down, and then you're wanting them to go back up because you just had that opportunity to sell it a little bit higher. And now you're saying, oh, well, should it get back up there? And now you're just watching it come down, come down, come down, and it's not going back up. So then you have to make that choice. Is it going to, am I going to sell it and then it's going to pop, or is it going to continue to go down? But if you had just sold it on the first pop, you wouldn't be sitting there making that decision. You'd probably be really happy because you're watching it pull down. And like I tell you guys, if you sell it here and it goes up some, you'll be pissed for a couple minutes, but the minute it comes back lower than that price you just sold it at, you're extremely happy. So I've seen it a million times. And again, you can't focus on them tops. Look, would you have known that this thing was topping out up here today anyway? If you were playing that as a swing, yeah, it might pop up some more tomorrow, but you just got to get in and get out, and then reevaluate them the next day, or if you're playing them overnight, however your strategy is working. But it's got to be a quick one. So that's how you have to look at them. And going back a ways, but STEC ran 940% in about an hour. And what did it say? An hour after hours on 10:15. The only thing I'd mention is the same. Yeah, I mean, there's a few of them. They're far and few between, but again, you're not going to know which one it is. So you're better off not trying to chase them guys, and yeah, just lock in your profits. I say it all the time, because if you're trying to chase them tops and worrying about the multi-dayers and that, you're going to get smoked, especially in this market. I mean, you'll get smoked in most markets, but if that's the way that you're approaching it and your mindset looks at it, then this market will just shake you right out. You'll get shaken out within a matter of moments. So yeah, you just have to lock them in. They go back up. They go back up. It is what it is. Like I said, you can't worry about these things. You're in an industry and doing something where it's going to move extremely fast, and your emotions are going to play a big part in everything. So you got to have that mindset and discipline to stick to a plan. You don't stick to a plan, you try to ride these things out. That's called gambling with them. You're going to get eaten alive every single time. I've seen it happen a million times, guys, and it'll happen to you so fast. So yeah, I'm just trying to tell you the experience and things that I've seen throughout the years. And like I said, you just got to play these things. Look, I mean, Halliburton, for example, HAL, Luis Rodriguez was talking about it. It's in the way down here. They do have earnings coming up, and crossing through right there. It does not look that great, to be honest with you, Halliburton. And we'll see. I mean, yeah, it's crossed through. It looks like it's pulling back. I don't really think it's getting through that 20 right there, to be honest with you. So, yeah, but it does look like it's trying to set up here, but I'm not so sure it's going to make it. And again, you play this thing around the earnings because the earnings are really hard to tell. And even like today, or Thursday, you played that pop right there, 21.88. It got up to 22.68, and it closed in the 22s, and that was over 1% gain right there. So that's pretty good, especially when the markets are really red and everything's going down. So you can't expect to be looking at 100%ers, even 50%ers, or anything. Like I said, right now, your easiest and best ones, because them ones that are moving fast or moving more volatile and moving bigger, I'll say, are generally moving really fast. I mean, you did get the one today was running up this UPXI. That ran up. That'll come back down. You can see, I mean, it ran up over $20 today, and then it comes right back down. So again, if you were focused on this, and if you get caught chasing, so you buy it at 12 and it keeps that momentum, and you're trying to focus on trying to keep these tops, and you don't know where that top's going to be, because that's not the candle that's going to keep momentum. So it's hard to tell. You get in at 12 and it's running up to 18. You're like, holy shit, this thing just went from 12 to 18. I better hop out. And it goes to 22, and you're upset about that, then you're in the wrong game right there. So I'm just letting you know, you have to look at it in the smart mentality, and trading smart and looking at it the right way, because I'm telling you, if not, you will absolutely get smoked every single time. You might get lucky once or twice, but that luck will run out real quick. And so yeah, it's really about having strategy, being disciplined, and knowing the market and which way the markets are going to move, not really worrying about, is it going to be a multi-day runner right now? I would not be thinking about that. That's the least thoughts, the least in my mind is that, hey, is it going to run again tomorrow? It's like, hey, how fast is this running up, and how quick can I hit this sell button to get out, because I know it's coming back down. Is it going to run up again tomorrow? It's stuck up there in the top. Very well could. But again, you just don't know. And it could be that 4 a.m. run up where Laptop Travel catches it from like 989 back to 24. And then when we get up at 7 for pre-market, it's coming back down. We see it all the time, guys. I mean, it happens more than it doesn't. And so yeah, that's what you just have to be careful of, especially in a market like this. And you just don't know what day to day is. We know what the day to day is, so you can't really expect and try to hit, the UPXIs and the 300 to 500%ers every day. You can lock them in with easier ones, even shorten them down, and catch like 5%ers, and they're still beauty. So that's how I approach it. So I hope that helped out there. NASCAR all out, and Halliburton we just looked at, and MLGO and UPXI. There you go. We just did them too. And for Janica and Weemy right here, that's Weemy Hologram. That's a China one. That one looks pretty good. I know we were looking at this last week. Didn't it run up a little bit? Let's see. Yeah, it ran up the last week. I remember. Oh yeah, reverse split at some point, and then it ran up right there, and it does look pretty good. And again, whether it's going to crawl through or not doesn't matter. You're going to catch a little run off that trend line right there as it's crawling up, and probably will hit the MACD and bounce down. We know they love to do that, but probably is a really good one to keep an eye on right now is WIMI Weemy Hologram, and we were looking at that last week. So that one is a good one, Janica. And like I said, MLGO and UPXI, we were just looking at them. And how about DGLY, the Ghetto Stoic? That wasn't looking bad today. I remember looking at it, ran up something. Yeah, I do remember this one. DGLY was not looking bad right here. And look at that thing, did run up from 2 to 4 cents. I remember seeing it, and it closed back around under 3 cents, but still doesn't look bad. I would keep an eye on that DGLY more tomorrow. That was looking good. That was on the list. I forgot to write it down one night, and then I keep forgetting to write it down. So there you go. DGLY, definitely a good one right there. And let's see what else is going on right here. Let me see. I think we got all them. And let me check out over here, and then we'll finish up our list over there. But UNH, yeah, that them levels are really crazy on United Health. I was looking at this today. It was way down there, guys. It took the earnings, what, Thursday was it? Yeah, Thursday. And then it dropped another $28 today into the basement. And it may have to stay down in that basement right now just to get itself out. So it is levels you haven't seen since October 2022. 2022, yeah. And will the support hold at 422? I'm not sure, Luis Rodriguez. I really don't know. It doesn't look real healthy. It looks like it's coming down and staying down pretty low right there. So one to definitely keep an eye on, UNH. And yeah, I'm not convinced that one's really ready to roll. And Charles Schwab to offer spot Bitcoin trading by 2026. So that's interesting. So they're trying to get Schwab's trying to get into the crypto world. And let's see, MRKR. Let's see what that one's doing right here. I think it's on our watch or our laptop watch list. But let's look at it real quick. Marker Therapeutics, and that one is looking pretty good. You're right, in that channel and looking pretty good right there. MRKR. There you go. Yeah, that one does look like it could have a little momentum right there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Laptop Travel likes that off his list. And let's see. Let's go. And Laptop Travel said, currently, I'm going to bed every night with all my cash under my pillow. I am day trading and closing all positions out daily. I'm telling you guys, you have to right now. SVRE, a fallen knife right there. And we checked all them. Bitcoin is up. We'll go through that. HPOT. And what's MSTY? Isn't that a MicroStrategy one? I thought. Am I wrong about that? I'm not sure. MSTY. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the yield max. Yeah, micro MSTR option. Okay. And blue screen, guys. How about that? MSTY. It says it's up overnight a little bit right there. So we'll have to take a look at that. MSTR option income. Yeah, we'll look at that. That's the MicroStrategy. And let me see what else is going on here. I think Barber wanted me to add some. I thought I saw him. I didn't. Let me see. Let me scroll down. Did I miss him? I don't even know. If I did, Barber, post them again because I just don't see them. I thought you posted some to look at. I don't know if I scrolled right past. I don't know what I did, where they were. Were they over here? I don't even know. But yeah, just post them again, please, and I'll definitely check them out. You know that. And here we go. We'll keep on cruising through our list. I think I got through everything that I see. I feel like there's ones that I'm missing right now that I just don't see where they're at. Anyway, I'll cruise through the rest of the list. And anything I missed, just let me know, and we'll check it out. So here we go with good old bull right here was pulling back some more, and honestly looks like it could try to bottom, but I'm not sure. It could have to come back to that MACD in that 20. Just had that weird look today, and I was checking this out, and like I said, look at it coming back down. So we'll see if it comes back down to that 19 area, and it will probably be a great opportunity for a good old web bull. And we were just talking about them. And honestly, they're probably one of the best platforms nowadays. They do everything for you. You can trade at 4 a.m. and trade all kinds of crazy stuff, and it is really good. So you can check out Webull, Webbull, however the heck you say it. I'm not even sure. So yeah, there you go. All right, perfect. Thanks, Barbara. Let me look at them real quick. OMEX. Here, I'll look at them. There we go. Just so I don't lose them real quick. OMEX. Yeah, I know I saw a couple of them, and I don't know where they went. But here we go. We got them. OMEX right here. That's a good pullback right there today. and then it says it tried to go back up in the after hours. Let's see. It might have to pull back a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be terrible. You can see that 20 is trying to move. We'll have to see which way it's going to curl tomorrow, Barbara. But I do think you might get some pullback coming back to that 50 right there tomorrow. And then we'll have to see if it's going to bounce off. So it still has an opportunity. I'm just not sure if it's going to be tomorrow or right in the beginning of the day. So we'll look at that, see how it gets set up. And this A-gape, I know we were looking at this. This one popped up today. Look at that. That looks like it's nice. And that one could continue to go up. And I believe you were looking at this yesterday to this morning. I forget. But last week, I know you were looking at this thing. And 180 to 209 closed at 201. And it looks pretty good. Has a little resistance up there at your 224. Still on the top, so you know it can run, especially in the morning if it's running up early. So keep your eye on that one. That's a definite. And add ADD. This one's a good one. This one was trying to run around today. I did see this, and it did not look too bad towards the end of the day. Let's see. Look at that run up 95 to 112, all the way down to 66 and came up to 84. It did close lower than it opened, that's for sure. And we'll look at it. But that was a crazy run around. And again, this is what I'm talking about. NASCAR all out. How the heck do you know it's going to do this? Like, are you going to risk it when you're in this thing? And say you got in it even Thursday, even if you got in it today at 95 and it started to run up and it spikes all the way up here like this. So at 95, you're like right here and you get in right there. Actually, right where it basically is, right. Yeah, right where it's right there. And obviously that's where it opened. And it spikes all the way up. And then you watch it come crashing back down into like the 60-cent range, 66-cent range. So again, these things are moving super fast and just crazy. And you just honestly just don't really know how far they're going to run up, how long they're going to run up. If you catch them running up and you're in them, get out of them because it's the best thing you can do. And you can always reevaluate it if you have to. You can always buy back in or jump back in or whatever. But that is what you want to try to do. And here is the yin and the yang and the China bull. Looks like it's going to be rolling back down, and the yang looked like it was going to be going up. So the yin looked like it was going down, and the yang looks like it's trying to. It did earlier. It looked like it was trying to roll off much better. It still doesn't look bad. It was starting to roll off earlier. It looked like it pulled back a little bit more in them after hours, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, it was up to like 49. It closed at 47 right there. So it did pull back, and it looks like, but that's that look where it pulls itself up and rolls up. So we will keep an eye on the yin and the yang and see what they're up to tomorrow. But that's how they looked. And gold just going crazy, guys. Have we not been talking about it? I was talking about it today on the small cap show. They were asking about it. This thing looks like it tried to pull back there on Thursday. It's running up a little healthy pullback. Does it not look like it's trying to curl up back into the top and get crazy right there? So keep an eye on these things because they do look like they're trying to run up even higher. If they get into that top again, they got in, pulled out, and they roll back in, they're going to get crazy right there. So that's Nug, and even J Nug has the same look. That's the junior miners right there. It even says it went up in the after hours, as a matter of fact. And let's look at gold. Barrick Gold, that was pulling back, but this is getting set up in this channel right here. Look at it. It looks like it wants to fly back up even higher right there for GOLD. And then our SPXS, this one's going up as the bear 3 times for the S&P 500 bear. And yeah, that looks like it's curling up now. Is it going to get through the MACD? That's the question tomorrow, but it should run up and hit that MACD, and we'll look at it. And FNGD, that is our FANG, these guys that we've been looking at. And look at this thing. This thing looks like it was trying to go cruising right there. This is the 3 times index inverse. And then you have FNGA, which is the opposite one, which is pulling back right there. So that's the index 3 times leverage, the ETN. So there you go with your FNGA and whatever the other one was, FN something, FNGA and FNGD, right? Yeah. And there you go. And I thought, yeah, there you go. And one's like $17, one's 2 cents. I thought there was another one that we looked at too, but not exactly sure which one that is. But anyway, let's keep on cruising right here. So there you go with them bad boys and our reverse split list. Let me talk right. Reverse split list YHC. This one's reverse splitting. Did it do it today? Yeah, this one did it today and it's pulled back. So just keep an eye on these because we know they love to run after the reverse split. BMRA. This one did it too today. So there you go. And that's a pretty small reverse split, even though it tried to pop up there. We'll keep an eye on it and see if it gets set up. BMRA. And let's see what DDC is doing. What? It's D. I thought there was one. DD something. Um, huh. I could have sworn there was one for that. Let me look. Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't know what it. Maybe it became like, and it didn't even say an OTC there, did it? No, it doesn't. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it wasn't coming up on that. But that one is reverse splitting and it's way down there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that DDC. And let's look at BSLK. That's like Bolt something. I know that. Bolt Projects. We used to look at this thing. And let's see what this guy, it doesn't say it is right there, but it should right here. BSLK. And there's your reverse split for tomorrow, hitting that MACD. So we'll keep an eye on Bolt Projects right there for tomorrow's reverse split and MCRB. And this one, I believe, is going to do that as well. Let's see, MCRB. And they do reverse split tomorrow. So there you go. Keep an eye on them guys right there. And there you go with some reverse splits. And let's go ahead and look at our laptop lowdowns and our Jolie's jams. And then we'll get cruising through our SPY, big caps, all them guys. And then we'll look at Bitcoin at looks like, or crypto. Looks like Bitcoin's at 188 and Sol's at 139 and Ethereum's at 15 something. So and there you go. And let's see what's going on. I'm just reading boom boom. I'll read through NASCAR all out, wrote a couple things here. He was talking about that drug and he said not as crazy as move, but SBEV today runs from 550 to 18. Did that run today or was that the other day? I know that ran. It ran the other day. I knew that. It ran up today. We were looking at this SBEV. It did run up pretty good today, right there. Let's see. And then the UPXI, other than being a low float, yeah, I'm telling you, just you got to look around on the scanners and stuff. It's there's really, if there was a simple formula NASCAR all out, everybody would be doing it. Trust me. It's you guys see what I do. We go through. I can go through 1,000 scanners and pick the one that's gonna pop. You can go through. You go through like freaking 3,000 stocks charts in a day, and only 2 look good. I've seen it happen a million times. You got to just look at them and see what's going on. So yeah, is there really a simple formula? No, I wish there was, but again, I got that eye that I could tell. And can I tell every single one? No, we were looking at this. This has been running up, based out, ran up some more. And I would even watch it tomorrow. Probably going to run up closer to that $10 area. It very well could if it didn't already. It doesn't say that it did, but SBEV. And it did. You were right. It did run up to 18. So what did it do it in the early morning? No, in the after hours. This thing doesn't do the after hours, right? That's right. I forgot. So yeah, you're right. It ran up to like $18 today. We were looking at this bad boy. And yeah, I mean, they just have that look where you can kind of see which ones are running up. That's listen to the show. We kind of pick them out with no problem. Again, we go through so many of them, and there's always so many opportunities that you can't just hold people's hands. So I just tell you where they're at. Everybody looks at different ones, and then when we scan the markets, you can see what's going to be cruising. So Yeah, we pretty much point them out all the time. I mean, the 4 a.m. crew, they're hitting them nonstop because we go through them every night and we pick out exactly what's going to be running. It's just different market circumstances now with that 4 a.m. Before you'd have these ones popping at 7 a.m. in the pre-market. Now you have a 4 a.m. market running like it's like running like it's like 10 o'clock in the afternoon in the morning. I mean, it's like insane. So it's just different market conditions, and then you really have to factor in these things and really look at them and go, do I really want to be involved with this if it's going to be popping at 4 a.m. and I don't have Weeble? So you got to factor them things in as well. And then sometimes, like I say, the big caps and options are sometimes easier in this market, not so much. Shorten them down's a little bit easier right now. So you just got to kind of look for the best opportunity that works for you. But yeah, there's not exactly a it's not an easy formula, that's for sure. And you see people that are kind of posting about ones that want to run and this and that. They're just getting them off the scanner. And I would say a lot of people just copy and paste what some of like the couple people are really posting. So that's basically what you see online anymore, to be completely honest with you. And so yeah, you guys know who can post what is good and what's not. I mean, it's real simple to tell right now in a red market. I love it, to be honest with you. It exposes everybody. Real simple. It's real simple, guys. If you can't navigate a market like this, then what good are you when everything's going up? I gotta tell you, my pet turtle pick 100%ers when the market's going up. It's not that hard. Do it consistently when the market looks like this, and know when the market's moving up and down, then you're on to something. And you guys know, you know what we do on the show. I mean, it's pretty clear cut. Exactly. That's why people come back and listen. We do it every single day, consistently, nonstop, morning and night. We hit every single one that's going to be popping, and we know what the market's going to do. And it's as simple as that. So yeah, I mean, I've said it before. It's real easy to tell who knows what's going on, and even guys with huge followings don't necessarily they can't navigate the market like this, and you can clearly see it. Hop on some of these shows. During the daytime, watch some of the live streams that there's everybody has a stock market show now. Half the people don't even know what the hell they're talking about. It's crazy. And so you see what shows I go on, and you know that they know what they're talking about. If I'm going on, I'm not going on shit shows, you know that. And yeah, half the shows out there now are just kind of crazy. Like, it's just a bunch of people just talking. Again, let them go through 150 charts and then, miss like 3 to 5 of them every consistently, like every day for almost a year straight, doing it live like this. And then let me know how good you are. And so yeah, people can't do this stuff, guys. I mean, we already know that. It's not even a question. They'll talk about the same stock for like 25 minutes because that's all they got. They got a bunch of research on a stock. You throw me any stock, you could throw me anything. Crypto coins, meme coin, I don't care what it is. OTC's not so good, but whatever. We look at them, and yeah, we'll tell you exactly what it's going to do in any market condition. So yeah, that's NASCAR all out. That's what you're looking at right now. And so yeah, if it's tough to navigate and find that one UPXI today, I saw it running up. It was a momentum play. It was. I mean, they get cruising right there. They get pumped up and moving. So you just got to know what you're looking at, and then again, you got to be able to trade them smart. I say it all the time. You can pick all the 100%ers you want, but if you can't trade them smart, they're completely useless. And so yeah, they could go up 150% and be down under where your buy-in price was in about 10 minutes. So I've seen it happen a million times. So yeah, don't focus on the tops and bottoms. You know I say it all the time, and it's all about just trading smart. And yeah, it's mostly you're just finding them on the scanners, and we see them all the time. I mean, we definitely see everything. It's not even a question. I just don't post them all anymore because we do the show and we go through so many, and there's no point in even posting them. Before I used to, post 100%ers. Last year I posted over 80 100%ers. I had to go through it for a project. over 80 100%ers I posted. That's not even what we called on the show completely. You guys know I call out a million of them more. Almost every morning we call out 100%er that runs early in the morning. These are just the ones that I had posted, and you know how much I even post stocks that much. I caught over 80 of them last year, and that's well over one a week. I mean, who was doing? I did it for the last 4 or 5 years straight. Yeah, it's not. I don't really need to do it anymore. I have fun on the show. I do it with you guys and people that want to tune in. They listen, and we know what we're doing here. It's that simple. I don't really care to post about everything anymore. I quite frankly, it doesn't matter anymore. We know. Again, it's easy for us to do it, and it's easy on the show. So that's why I continue to get up and do it. You guys continue to show up. So, like I say, if you guys show up, I'll show up every day, and we have a great time navigating the market. So it's that simple. And we'll get back and cruise through Laptop Travels list. But yeah, NASCAR all out. It's not exactly an easy formula, I'll say, but there is a formula to it, and it's really just being able to read the charts right, really knowing what you're looking at, being patient about it, and really knowing the scanners really well. You can see Laptop Travel. He crushes the scanners. Just watch this list right here. And then I'll give you a perfect example on all of these. And I say it all the time. Some of these are the best ones to trade just because they're in that channel and you know exactly where they're going. And yeah, they're not running 100%, but they'll run 2 to 5, 10, 15%. That's a beautiful thing on red days like this, especially when the market's all crazy. So like, look at this one. This one bottomed out. It's running up here. It's going to get, this one has a huge channel right here. I know we were looking at it last week. I remember it. And yeah, look at that thing running around 89 to 98 today, back to 82, at 87 now, and not even looking bad. So you could catch that complete run right there from about 89 to 98, and that's good right there. I mean, you're moving, you're doing pretty well. And then yeah, you can look at the next opportunity, which could very well be AIMD, and this one in the channel just been bouncing around, pulling back, getting ready to roll off. And that one's an easy one. So yeah, that's what we always look for. We look for the easiest and best opportunities, and sometimes you don't always see the UPXI. I saw it today as it was running up. Didn't see it before, didn't see it setting up perfectly fine, not a big deal. And again, you can't even trade them all. We see sometimes we call like multiple 150%ers and a 300%er in one day. Good luck trying to trade them three in one day. Just pick the one that you're more confident with. And if it's one of the 150%ers and you didn't pick the 300%er, who cares? You did perfectly well with 150%er. So you got to have that right mindset. Without that right mindset, you're not going to beat the market. I promise you. The market will destroy you. It'll own you. So just take that into what I'm saying, because especially in a market like this, it'll chew you right up. So yeah, you just got to be smart about it and get in and out. And if you don't really have the time to trade them like that, don't try to jump into them, because that's what you're looking at, 4 a.m.ers and stuff like that. You're better, if that's not your style, you're better off doing the big caps and shorting them down when the regular market's running. So you got to pick your style and what you can do and what fits your lifestyle as well. And then again, trade them smart. So AMZE will roll through these, and that's right in that channel looking pretty good. APM right here, and this one up 2 cents right there, back 2 cents. That one's curling up really nice. Look at that nice run up the other day. APM, yeah, that ran up really good and then pulled back nice in the channel, and looks like it wants to roll back up to that 50 right there. And what's it at? 86, and that's at what? 96. So you get a good 10 cents out of it. Even if you get 8 cents out of it, it's a nice little run up right there. And that is APM. AYRO. Here you go. And that one ran up a little bit today, it looks like. Let's see. Where's it at? Pulling back right there. Closed at 50. It ran up to 56, but it's in that channel still. But look at that thing. A perfect example of, like I was saying, you're right here in the morning. You know it. Even if you get out at 54 and you ran it up 4 cents, not a bad day right there. So it's just the way you look at them, and you have to look at them and really just look at the opportunity that presents itself in a market like this, and not so much be so geared on I have to hit 100%ers all the time, because it's tough. AZTR, let's look at this one. That one, it looked like it wanted to pull back, but now it looks like it wants to go up. Hold on, AZTR. Let's see. Yeah, that's not looking bad for tomorrow. And this one could run around. Look at it. They all have a lot of run around. And again, you can just trade them in and out with no problem. Bold if you can trade like that, and you have to be able to trade like that as well. So that's a big key element to this entire thing is being able to trade. Yeah, you can read charts well, but then apply it to trading. So that's why these big hedge funds and companies use bots now, because it's, they don't have emotions. They could care less. You just set the algorithm and it trades. It doesn't matter if it's going up higher. It's not like, oh, I'm going to stay in this longer. It doesn't know that. It just trades it, makes the money, and then that's where they see their big returns. They stick to a plan, and that's how they crush it, not by trying to gamble and think that it's going to go higher. So I hope that helps you and everybody, honestly, because again, I know that NASCAR All Out is asking and basically pointing out a great question, and something that I think a lot of people kind of think the same way. And I think you definitely need that right mindset to navigate a market like this. Yeah, you can pick all the winners. You can know when the market's coming down, but you have to be smart about these things. You have to really just focus on one at a time. Now that trade before you're really even getting into the next one. Yeah, you can have your watch list, it's setting up, but make sure you're completing these trades and getting in and out, locking in your profits before you start rolling them into other things. And then you see two of them pull back on you, and you're like, oh shit, how do I do this now? And it gets all crazy. And then yeah, it happens fast, guys. Trust me. I know the markets well. I've been doing it a pretty long time, 20 plus years. I kind of seen it all. I've seen the '08 collapses. I've seen everything. COVID, obviously. Yeah, all of them. And yeah, it's all the same thing. If you can just do it the right way, you'll come out winning, and you'll probably won't need a job. But yeah, it's the truth. CMMB right here, Chemomab or something right there. Let's see. That one don't look bad. It looks like it's trying to curl up. So I would watch that thing. Made a nice base right there, and it looks pretty good also. And CMND. Let's see what this one's doing. That Clear Mind Medicine. Let's see. We all need a little bit of that in this market, huh? CMND. They should just be handing out CMND to everybody. But Thursday, it just ran up, and then it obviously pulled back today a little bit. And we'll see what it wants to do into that channel, because it's just kind of flat right there. But Clear Mind Medicine right there. And I think they are a kind of cannabis company. They could be. I don't even know. Psychedelic something. Yeah, I knew they had something going on with that. But they might be cannabis as well. And KXIN. Let's see this one pulling back right there. That one had run up nice, had a nice pullback as well. KXIN, let's see. Yeah, I mean, that one could pull back. We'll have to look at that tomorrow and make sure. An LGVN, let's see what that's doing right here. Oh, that one could be a good one. I know. Here's the chart. Laptop Travel just posted that one, that chart right there. And you guys can look at that. I just sent it out, but that's looking good. I know you can see it on here as well, but it is looking really good right there. Look at that line coming down, crossing through, and not looking bad. LGVN right here. And yeah, I mean, it isn't looking bad right there. That can get curled up. You're going to be cruising right there. So we will definitely keep our eye on that. MLEC. Let's look at this one. MLEC. Moolec Science. And let's see. This one is trying to curl back up. Had a really nice dip down there today. Let me take a look at this one. Oh, wow. It already ran way up there, too. Let's see. 81 to 110, down to 56. Had a nice dip. I'd have to look at that tomorrow. It looks like it's going to pull back the roll back off and get set up, but that had a nice run already. MNY, Money Hero. And this one's looking good. I remember looking at this a couple weeks ago or last week down here. I remember it and saying it was going to be a Money Hero. And this one is looking pretty good now. There you go. So that one's moving up. Keep an eye on good old MNY Money Hero and MRKR. Is that what it is? Yeah, that one we already looked at. That was looking good already. And we took a peek at this thing. It was trying to get set up right there, looking pretty decent. And OST right there. That ran up last week. It might be pulling back at the moment. I do remember this running up. That could be pulling back. I'd have to take a look at that. And OSTX right here is OS Therapies. And that thing isn't looking bad, but it does look like it's trying to pull down today. And so we'd have to take a look at that tomorrow. Yeah, you can see it trying to. I don't know. It could hold itself into that channel. I'd have to look at that one tomorrow. And PRSO right there. Perasso or something, and that's trying to get set up. Look at that 20 coming up, sitting on that line right there. Not looking too bad for PRSO. It did run around a little bit, 66 to 73. It's at 68 right there, and not too bad. I would keep an eye on that one. PRSO and SABS SABS. I know we've looked at this not long ago, just kind of flat in that channel, nothing crazy right there. So we'll have to take a look at it. But yeah, just kind of ran around. It's in that channel, nothing really crazy. And let's take a look. That was SABS and SAG, good old SAG. That's Seabridge. That one could be a pretty good setup too, just on accident. Oh, look at that. It's a gold one. There you go. SA. What's up, SA? Because this one looks pretty good. Holy cow. That's always nice when you just mess up and you don't even know it. But look at that. That looks really good, guys. I would keep an eye on SA right there. And he might be our buddy coming up. And then let's look at SAG. I think that's what I was going for. SAG, yeah, SAG Holdings. And not bad. It had run up last week, pulling back to get set back up. So that one's not bad right there. And SFHG, Samfine Creations. Oh, that one looked like it was trying to run up there today. It was up pretty good. SFHG. And again, what it run up? Like 3 cents. And it was up 5%, over 5% right there. Look at that bad boy. 64 to 70. It's right there at 70. I'd say that's looking good. Samfine. And SONN Son. Let's see what that's doing here. Oh, that's not Son. That's a mess up, and it's not looking the perfect one. So let's look at SONN there. Sonnet Bio. And this one is curling up really well. So that looks pretty good right there. SONN. So yeah, that looks pretty decent. And let's look at ZO and N Laptop Travels list, which looks really good, and so many good ones. And that's what I'm saying. There's like a lot of great opportunities that you don't have to swing for the fences. This one did run the last week, came back down into that channel. We'll have to see if it wants to curl back up. But there you go for ZO. And Laptop Travels listed. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. A lot of great ones right there. And that's Samfine, SFHG, MRKR, MNY, LGVN. Looking pretty good. And even that SONN. So there you go. And Agrify right here. Let's do our Jolie's Jams and see what they're up to. That one's pulling back. It was looking really good the other week. I know that Agrify was trying to set up. Today it pulled back. We'll see if it stays over that MACD right there. I will definitely look at that tomorrow, and we look at it every day anyway, but I'll be looking at it tomorrow. I've been watching that thing because it was trying to set up. Blink's just been hanging out. We'll see if it can keep its base here or comes back down. And good old Sezzle was pulling back today, SEZL, and it had run up last week for us. And yeah, that one's pulling back. We'll see if it gets stuck right there at that 35. It's at 38 right now. And Sterling, this one was looking good last week, and it's pulling back. I was actually surprised. Let's see if it can get stuck right there at that 125, and I think it might be a really good opportunity if it does. So you can see right here, it might pull back, and if this comes back up right there, it'll roll that off and look really good. So I was looking at Sterling. I've been watching that one too. That one does look pretty decent to try to get moving back towards that 200 soon. So we will keep an eye on that. And here's Rivian was pulling back. They have earnings coming up at the end of the month. or May 6th. It's next month. I thought they were at the end of the month. It's next month. And that is pulling back at the moment. RIVN and Symbotic right here is just kind of hanging out, and they have earnings coming up, and they are May 7th. So there you go, back to back right there, and 2 days of 1 day apart. And that's pulling back, and we'll see if it stays over the MACD right there. And that is SYM right there, Symbotic, and you can see that pulling back. We'll see if it will roll off. And there you go for your Jolie's Jams and your laptop travel list. And let me take a look and see what our big caps and that stuff's doing. And then we'll look at our crypto and cruise right through. I don't see anything else. And HPOT is offering is closing in 60 minutes. Hold on. It says, dear, laptop travel. Here you go. I'll post this out. I didn't even know what you wrote, but here we go. HPOT, dear valued Webull client, HPOT offering is closing in 60 minutes. If you'd like to modify or cancel your conditional order to buy, please do so within the next 60 minutes. Sincerely, Webull Financial. So there you go. And thank you. And we are all in, it says. And I guess that is Webull right there. So there you go. I guess that's coming out real soon. Yeah, I'm telling you, Webull, it's crazy, guys, what goes on. So I know somebody was asking laptop travel earlier, and there's your answer right there. Thank you very much, laptop travel, for finding that out for us. Greatly appreciate that. And let's go ahead, look at our SPY, our big caps, and all them guys, and see what's happening, because you can see it was red. Just a little bit, huh? Except Netflix. Netflix was still hanging out, going green today. They didn't even care. Like, yeah, we're Netflix. Everyone's watching us. And it was still up there and not looking bad. Remember I said it was going to get back to that $1,000? And there you go. It got right over it today. And it looks like it's going to continue to go up. So there you go for Netflix. But let's look at our SPY. It was down $12, even more than that. It was down to what, 508. It's at 513. It says it was trying to bounce up in the after hours. It's hitting that MACD. And again, he's going to have to do something and send out a tweet or do something to get this thing to roll off. This thing crosses back down right here, and it wants to. This thing's coming down. It could go right back into the basement, and we could end up back down here into that 476 real quick, guys. So I'm expecting it, to be honest with you. At this look, it looks like it's coming down. That's what it looks like, and they all look like they're coming down. At least they did earlier. Here's Apple. It says it went up a little in the after hours, but it's pulling back right there, and it's going to have to really hold itself up. Apple's, yeah, look at it. Maybe it wants to roll off. I'm not so sure. Look at that bearish look right there. I mean, they all went into a super bearish look. We were talking about it. Amazon looks like it already crossed down and coming down. It definitely is coming down to that 162. And I think you're coming down into that 159 area, 158 possibly for Amazon. And here's Google coming down today and looks like it's hitting the MACD, but wants to come down harder. It did go up in the after hours, but I don't think that's going to stick tomorrow. We'll have to see. And again, we'll see if he sends out some kind of tweet to keep the market pumping up, because he needs to, because they are not looking good at all. And Meta looked like it wanted to come down a little bit more. And look at it. It's sitting right there. And I do think you're going to see it in that 470s and pull back some more. And then it could even come back even more than that. So Microsoft looked like that wanted to come down. It did go up, what, $2 in the after hours, it said. But that was crossing through, coming down. We'll have to see MSFT. And let's look, see at it. And it's trying to pull itself up, but I'm not so sure. Look at that, kind of pulling back down there. And I don't think Microsoft has it in it. I think it's going to be pulling back as well and coming down. So I'm not so sure. Them after hours pop-ups are going to hold tomorrow. We'll see, obviously, in the morning and see how the market looks. And even if it's green in the morning, it doesn't mean anything, because we've seen them change. In the video, look at that thing. Looked like it was coming back down right there. And it is crossing through, coming down. And it looks like it wants to. Let's see. And it's in that spot where it can roll off, but it does look like it wants to come down. They all kind of look like that. And Tesla as well. Looked like it was coming down. They obviously have earnings coming up tomorrow, and all eyes will be on Tesla, and it does not look great. It's trying to hold itself up there, but I don't know if it can. It's trying to get set up, but I think you might see some more pullback coming on Tesla. And AMC, that wasn't looking bad until today. It was pulling back there, and their earnings are what, next month? And let's see, it's coming back down. We'll see if it tries to roll off. I know GameStop was down a little bit as well. That wasn't doing too bad today. It looks like it was pulled back a little bit more in the after hours here. And yeah, GameStop not looking bad. Look at that trying to get set up. Maybe you come back down a little bit to roll off. So yeah, that wasn't looking bad. Chewy wasn't looking bad last week. Pulled back to that 20, and maybe it's getting set up right there. So not terrible. And that Unity was up a little bit today. Crossed through. And look at it hitting the 20. We'll see if it can get into that channel tomorrow. It's definitely trying to. So it'll depend, I think, on some market conditions. We looked at Netflix, and again, that thing just keeps on cruising, not looking bad. It looks like it wants to go up. And how about AVGO? Some of our semiconductors, they were down today. It says they went up in the after hours. It did look like they wanted to roll off of there. So we'll have to see, but I'm not convinced that they're all ready yet, to be honest with you. And that is AVGO, and we'll go through the rest of these semiconductors. MU right here, and another one. Look at this thing down, trying to crawl through. We know they like to roll back down off of there. I don't think it's ready to run. That 20's coming down on it, and that's just what you see right there. And TSM, look at that. Looked like it wanted to pull back again up in the after hours, but I'm not convinced it's bouncing off of that MACD line, although they have been, and maybe it will stay up at that 158, but I'm not so sure. Maybe it'll stay flat. We'll look at that tomorrow. And again, these things are curling back down. They could cross down. I was expecting a good tweet, and maybe we'll see something tomorrow, like there's some kind of deal on the table or something, and trying to get these things pumped up. SMCI looks like it's definitely coming down there. Look at that thing. That doesn't look like it stands a chance right there. So SMCI looks like it's dipping, I would say. And let's see what else AMD's up to. And that one looks like it's dipping and not standing a chance either. So AMD looks like that one could be coming down as well. That one's curled down. And let's see who else. Qualcomm. Let's see what QCOM is doing right here. And that was down 52 cents. It looks like it went up in the after hours. I was trying to curl through going up. That's interesting. Let's see that. And it does look like it's trying to. I'm not so sure it'll keep that roll up, like curling up, going up tomorrow, but we're definitely going to look at it and see if it will. And INTC is Intel. And this thing is pulling back right there. And I don't think that's curling through. And look at it. It's got earnings coming up. When is that? Coming up on Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. And it's under this line. I think we get some more pullback on Intel as well. And let's take a look at PayPal right here, PYPL. And that's not looking too bad. It's like trying to make a base, but I could see it pulling back with that 20 coming down on it. So that's what that looks like. And Snow, that was coming down, and I think that's coming down some more. As a matter of fact, that came down pretty well today. Good $6 right there, over 4%. How about Dell was down a little bit, and this looks like it wants to pull back. And again, I don't know if they're going to hold up when they get back to the MACD. So Palantir came down, PLTR, another one trying to hit that MACD. And I'm just not so sure. I think we're going to have to see some really good news to hold these guys up. They're just in like a bearish look, and they're not looking really that hot. So here's Sophie, and that one looks like it's pulling back as well. So yeah, they're not looking that great, even though some of these big caps were up in the after hour. Mara and Riot, though, they're getting set up for whatever reason. Crypto is still looking good here, and you can see Mara and Riot not looking bad. Even that DJT wasn't looking bad today for some crazy reason. I was looking at that, but yeah, look at Riot down here. They do have earnings coming up May 1st, and that's trying to pull back. I think that might keep itself up there. And we'll take a look at them tomorrow. MicroStrategy right here, that was up a little bit today, and look at it, holding itself up over that trend line pretty well, I must say. And CleanSpark wasn't looking bad. This thing looks like it's getting set up, so keep an eye on that CleanSpark. And good old Coinbase is down a little bit. It said it went down in the after hours. So let's take a look and see what it did. 177 to 178. It says it's at 174. And so we'll have to look at that. And Robinhood right here, HOOD. Let's see, it's down 133. It's getting set up. I think you do have some pullback as this gets set up in there, and your earnings coming up on April 30th at the very end of the month, which is a Wednesday right there. So we'll be keeping an eye on that for Robinhood and them earnings. And let's see that DJT, like I said, look at that. It wasn't looking bad today. I don't know how, but it wasn't that channel going up. And it did say pull back in the after hours, but look at this thing, not looking bad, hitting that 50, getting set up. And Fun right here was down a little bit, but that didn't look too bad either. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. PHUN. And good old Mountain, that was down some more today. And we were saying that one last night, or yesterday, this morning, whenever we looked at them. Said that was coming down some more, and there you go. And there's McDonald's. That one might be pulling back. It's hitting the MACD. And again, I think these things may come crossing down unless we see some crazy good news tomorrow. And I don't know if we're going to see it. And Boeing has their earnings coming up on the 23rd, which is tomorrow. Wait, no, Tuesday. I'm sorry. That tomorrow's Tuesday. That would be Wednesday. So Boeing has theirs on Wednesday, and it looks like that's pulling back right there with the 20 pushing it down. And Space, this one just continues to go down. It's just sitting on that trend line. You would think it could pop off, but it's just not. And IBM was down and looks like it's pulling back. It's over the MACD. And again, I have to see all these guys in the morning. Disney was pulling back a little bit, trying to cross up. I doubt it's going to go through. And here's Oxy right here. And that one's making that big fish hook. Actually, take a look at this, and it might be trying to run, and you get that pop off of ExxonMobil and Oxy. And obviously, I don't know if they're going to cross through, but we do get that pop as they're approaching that MACD. And how about Nike was trying to run up here? It did cross through. And let's see, I don't know how it ended though. 54.96, and it closed at 56.70, so not bad at all, almost at its high. And it did close pretty strong right there. And DXYZ, that Destiny Tech 100, just kind of hanging out right there and has some setup time. Looks like it could be pulling back, could come down there into the 24s as it gets set up. So there you go with them guys. And I think I got all the big caps and all them bad boys. Let me see. Luis Rodriguez said he's not convinced until the SPY gets to 480 or lower. So looking for another big flush. Yeah, I'm not convinced at all. It's at 513. And that's that 480 right there. Is that what you said? Yep, there's that 480, like I was just saying, come all the way down here. So I think you're going to see it coming down there, guys. And don't sleep on DJT. I know what the hell is going on there. I have no idea, but Trump media for some reason is curling up and looking pretty good. And I don't know what the hell they're even doing, but they're trying to pump that thing somehow. So keep an eye on that one because it is looking good, I must say. And there you go. I must say we did all them, and I hope that helped NASCAR all out. I think it was great that you actually posted all that, and we got to go through that because, like I said, I think a lot of people have that mindset. And I just like to go through mindset trading smart. I think it's the most important thing I've ever had to learn in the 20 plus years I've been doing all this. Obviously, reading charts, it was all I used to just love charts. I tell you guys, it was a hobby of mine for a long time. I just enjoy it. And then obviously started to trade, and I've been doing it for over 20 something years. And yeah, it's just one of them things where you learn, you can pick all the charts you want, but you got to know how to trade these things. And that's really that's where you make your money. And that's where you really got to just execute a plan, stick to a plan, execute it, and you'll see it work. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that really, really works. And especially in a market like this, you better be picking a plan and sticking to it because it can go crazy real quick any which way. And let's look at our crypto. Bitcoin all the way up there. It is at 88,140 something, right? What did it say? It's just moving around. So it's right there. And Solana's at 138. And Ethereum's at 1574. Ripple's at 208. Cardano's at 62. And let's see, Doge is at 16. That was at 15 before. So let's just take a quick look. Bitcoin not looking bad. Look at that look right there. We love that look. We knew it was going up. I told you guys it was looking good. And here we go. So again, it doesn't matter what the markets want to give us. We know when things are going to be moving and when they move right. And Solana's about to get rolling again. And let's see what's going on with Ethereum. I don't know why I always do that. I constantly click back over there. ETH, let's look at it because that one was running up. It was over 1,600. It's just kind of hanging out. The other ones look way better, I must say. It's Bitcoin and Solana. And that's why I was curious. And let's see what our Ripple's doing right here. This one looks like it's getting ready to roll too. And how about ADA is Cardano? And let's see what that's doing right here. And that's trying to get set up as well. So that's not looking bad. And where's that ETF at? Because everybody's been somebody's been selling a ton of it. I know that. I'm not sure who that is, but they had a shit ton of it, and then they sold a bunch and then buy it. I don't know what the heck's going on, but it says it's at 7.1, so that's perfectly fine. 7 million market cap. And they just changed over, and it's kind of odd how it's stair stepping it up. I mean, it's like almost perfect the way they've been selling it at the end of the day and making it jump down and then stair step it up. It's kind of, I don't know who the hell's doing it, but someone's definitely doing it. Someone's trading it, that's for sure. And it's not looking bad, so you should see it run up some more right there. And I think there you go. I think we got everything, I guess. Lulu, let's look at Lulu. What's that doing? They have earnings coming up soon. No, I don't see anything. Oh yeah, Lulu looks good. And you're right, Luis Rodriguez. I must say, not Lulu USD though. I don't think that's what it is. Lulu, yeah, look at Lulu looking good. Write that bad boy down. So yeah, we're gonna look at that HPOT and see what that wants to do. I don't think it's listed yet, but we'll look at it. HPOT, nope, not found yet. So we'll see when they list these things. They'll probably list them tomorrow morning, I'm assuming, but I read out what Webull sent back to Laptop Travel. So there you go. And that 89,000 is an important level for Bitcoin. If it can get into the channel, it has room to go to 94. Absolutely. I agree 100% right there. And it does look pretty good like it wants to. So we are keeping an eye on that. You can see it right there. I mean, these things want to jump it up, and it could easily get up into that 95. So there you go. I would say that's a pretty good market review, everybody. Let me make sure I got everything over here. And I think I did. I don't see anything different. Let me just check the scanner, see what's going on. If we missed anything, we generally see it all. But let's see. Sometimes we miss something. So let's take a look. DMN. We've talked about that. NVIDIA and Soxel going down. Let's look at it because it is the semiconductor bull, and it's way down there. But look at it. It's trying to move. It looks like it's trying to get bouncing. I'll look at that tomorrow and see what they want to do. How about that RSLS? That was trying to cruise back up again. Remember that ran huge the other day, and it's trying to crawl back up. It might get in a beautiful spot, guys. So we might have to keep an eye on that RSLS again. And let's see what else is going on. We talked about UPXI, and Plug's been way down there. We were looking at it before, and that DGLY, not bad. SPXS, we talked about. How about Ford? That's been in a channel right there. And MLGO, we did see that this morning. And Lucid pulling back. American Airlines, all them airlines were down. Let's see if they're getting ready to try to run anytime soon. It doesn't look like it. They have earnings coming up. They might get beat up on their earnings. That might be a good opportunity right there after earnings to grab some of that. And let's Hertz up there still. And DNN, I talked about that one before. It was down a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that. There's our logic mark. We'll see what they want to do. And yeah, MKDW, that one's actually looking pretty good. MKDW right here was running up today. You can, did it come back down? Let me see. MKDW. It did pull all the way back down, so never mind. It was looking good. It was up earlier. I knew that. XLF right there pulling back. And let's see that SHFS. That one looks like it could be running up a little bit higher right there. keep your eye on that. And let's see what else is going on. I think that's it. GDX, that's way up there. That's a gold one. Let me see if I see anything over here. That SHFS right there. And that's not looking too bad. So keep an eye on that for a momentum play in the morning, guys. And this EVGN could be a little momentum play. That UPXI probably had enough. And we looked at this Gulf Resources too, and that ran up. GURE, that was running again. Look at it. They run up and then get crushed right back down. So you got to be able to trade them. If not, they're probably not going to be working out for you. And let's see what else is going on. Anything else catching my eye? This is way down there, Caliber Co's or something. Let's see. Anything else? This one, WNW. And we look at this not long ago. Yeah, Miwu. Remember this? I remember this one. Check out this guy. This one could be moving. Is that a China one? Check out that guy trying to crawl out of the basement. Good old Miwu. Wow, look at that thing. WNW. And it's not a wrestling one, but that looks pretty good, guys. It was running today, but we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, see if it has some momentum still in it, and see if it wants to continue to go up. So there you go. And let's see what else is going on. Anything else? ADD, we talked about that one. And I think we got everything. I think we'll look at it tomorrow morning and readdress the situation, see what it looks like in the morning. And there we go. And Michael Anthony said Pfizer PE has dropped from 40 to 15. Let's look at it. What are they up to? I know they were, wow. Yeah, it sure did drop down. Damn. It's pretty good down there. It was a bottom. And honestly, I think you might be still coming down after these earnings, to be completely honest. They have earnings at the end of the month on the 29th, which is next Tuesday. And I think it could be coming back down into that 20 area right there, Michael Anthony. So keep an eye on that. And we'll see. We'll see what Pfizer wants to do. But yeah, they're pulling back and you can see it coming down. And I guess you can't make money if you're not scamming people on some nonsense COVID stuff. I was just reading an article about all these COVID not even side effects, like effects that people are like having permanent things with. It's pretty wild. I mean, tons of stuff going on. And I refused to get that shit. I was like, they ain't coming near me with that thing. Just stay away. Nobody is coming near me with it. And yeah, I'm proud I never took it. I was people used to ask, I was like, hell no, I ain't getting it. And everyone look at me. I'm like, you're damn straight. You can look at me any way you want, but you ain't coming near me with it. I used to say it. They ain't coming near me with that thing. Stay away from me. And I'm very glad I would say that because they weren't coming near me with it. I didn't even want to get the testing done when they jam the thing up your nose. We were just talking about that at Easter. I would be like, yo, don't stick that thing up my nose. My snot that's coming out my nose is the same snot that's up in my brain. It's not going to change. Don't jam that thing up my nose. And yeah, my wife used to laugh. I used to yell at them. And we were laughing about it last night at Easter. And I was I wrong? No, I was absolutely 100% right. They were like jamming that shit up kids' noses, like into their brains. It was fucking crazy. It was nuts what they were doing. No, they didn't even know what they were doing. It was insane. I don't even want to get started because it drives me nuts. And anyway, so there you go. And yeah, Pfizer, that's how we got started on that. What a company, Pfizer. Can you imagine making all these people take that bullshit? Oh my goodness. How about Moderna? What are they up to? They should just burn all of them. Moderna, what are they? I forget. mRNA, that's it. Forgot what it was. And yeah, they're way down too. I mean, these dudes made like Moderna looks pretty good. Like they have something coming out. I don't know what it is. Deep Track Capital files something. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about, a proxy. But anyway, it's trying to set up right there. We can look at. They have earnings coming up too, May 1st. So there you go. And yeah, them companies should go down, honestly. So and there you go with your market review. It's a nice red one, and we'll be back at 7 a.m. for our pre-market. And those of you just tuned in for the first time, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. But those of you that are tuned in for the first time, we do this show every night at 9 p.m. and at 7 a.m. for pre-market, so you can come check it out. and see what the markets are doing, see what's going to be popping. We go through it all and check everything out. And the morning show is pretty quick, just about a half hour, 40 minutes, and we rock right through it really fast. And we do our Joey's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns, our SPY, our big caps, crypto, and then we roll and know what's going on. So we'll be back at 7 a.m. to see this market because it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And like I said, I was expecting to see a tweet, and he got himself in a bearish trend right now. He's going to have to try to keep this thing going up somehow. And yeah, we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow morning. So we take it day by day right now anyway. That's the only thing you can do in this kind of market. And like I said, it looks like it wants to pull back. And we'll be looking at Logic, Mark, and all of them tomorrow morning. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I think we got everything. I'm just kind of looking around, seeing if I missed anything, but I think we did get it all. And there you go. So I hope everybody has a good night. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. We'll do the pre-market show, and we'll figure out how to rock and roll the market tomorrow like we do every day. So thank you again, everybody. And again, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Have a great night, and I will see you guys at 7 a.m.